the pandemic has obviously affected us all in difficult and challenging ways. Ballroom is a particularly difficult organization to try to adapt to online and solo practices, just because partnering is such a core definitive trait of how we dance. And what we're really excited about is that we've actually taken on a newbie class this year. So we have amazing newbie, we call them a newbie mom and dad. Daniel and Megan have really, two of our teammates have been teaching newbies, people who have come this just never been in person, learned to dance, but have found us through the bazaar or our social media presence. And we've been teaching them all the basics of ballroom. And that's been really, really encouraging to see, because we were worried about the turnout that we would get, since people can't get a partner or get that experience of just dancing with other teammates, which has been such an important part of ballroom before.
We've been very, very active with our team's social media presence. We also have a YouTube channel where we post all of our past performances and some of our competition footage, actually. So we've been really aggressive about promoting those platforms so people can see what we do. And then we really took advantage of the virtual extracurricular bazaar we had at manned at all hours to be as engaging as possible with people, to share how excited we are about dancing. And we have been making our newbie lessons available to Frosh, trying to publish those Zoom links wherever we can, so newbies are able to find us. And we've always been welcoming of other members of the Yale community contacting us, expressing an interest in ballroom, and making sure that we invite those folks to come and join us at our team practices. Well, I being the resident team schemer and plotter, I have been considering the possibilities of hosting flash mobs that occur outside, appropriately socially distanced. We're still trying to figure out if that is an idea that is actually compliant with Yale's rules, making sure that we're doing that safely. But I would still love to, if it's possible, have big open air performances. We may also try doing small space performances, kind of like the Jive video, and reprising those and posting them online. And we're also, we've reached out to a couple of other dance groups at Yale, trying to figure out how we can do joint events with them.
So our main focus is the show at the end of every semester, and we usually produce 3 shows, and they're usually all sold out. So it's a really fun time for people to prepare for it. And in addition to the show, we usually host workshops, we invite other choreographers, or we collab with other dance groups, and we usually have performance gigs, which is if there are cultural events or other dance events, we will go perform at those. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's most of the stuff we do. Yeah. So in the past, we also produced what is called covers as part of the semester. So for the dances that do not get into the semester show, and this semester we're kind of standing on that idea, and instead of having actual live shows, which is going to be very difficult to do through Zoom or other online platforms, we're going to film individual members do the dances that we learn, and put them together in a video format and publish on YouTube. And in addition to that, we increase the number of social events just for members to have someone to go to during this time when it's hard for social interactions to happen. And our main platform is still Zoom, but recently we're experimenting with a newer platform that might be easier for dance groups, especially if for individual rehearsals the number of people are smaller. Then it's called Here.fm. And we did debate a lot whether or not we were gonna do auditions, because we felt like it wasn't really fair for new members who didn't get to learn the dances in person. But we ended up still doing it, just sending out tutorial videos and collecting videos from interested people, students. And in the end, we tapped 7 new members, which is very exciting, especially since our first group of seniors already graduated the past semester, and they brought a lot of new energy into the group.
we're very diverse. Since we're very large, we're also a very diverse group of people. So we have like our dances come in many different styles, and it's something that we really pride ourselves on. Just because you can try. There's always something new to try. For now, we're kind of we kind of try to see exactly what our like company wanted from us, exactly what they wanted to see in the semester that would be mostly online. But we were able to like fulfill all the needs of people, just because even though we have less choreographers, we also have less dancers, and also since all the dances are over Zoom, we're not strained by like physical like space capacities. So that's like a upside, I guess. But so yeah, for now we're just having weekly rehearsals, and potentially we can make like a final product, like maybe like a video that we can like post on our like YouTube channel. And but yeah, so that's like one part we have right now. Another little like segment of the club we have that we started this semester is like one-time workshops. So many choreographers who don't exactly want to put in the time to teach a dance every single week, they can sign up just for a one-time workshop. This semester we're just trying to do more social events online, and that way just to help keep a little bit more community. And we like also started a system called like DANCEWORKS buddies, where we like pair two people up, and like and it's kind of like it's especially pretty good for the first years who are new, because they don't know anyone, and it's hard to meet people like over Zoom.
The first thing that we wanted to do was kind of take a step back and reflect on how the association generally works, how our productions generally go up, and sort of make sure that the policies that we can take this year in order to sort of revamp and relook at the way that the association runs. So that was kind of the first and largest goal. We have a lot of professional connections, so we asked ourselves, how can we use those to the best effect? So we launched a two-pronged education program for New Haven high schoolers. Additionally, we launched our BIPOC Theater Makers series. And what this is basically a program where the Dramat is sponsoring performance arts-based projects by BIPOC folks who are basically interested in putting up their art, but perhaps didn't have the funding means to do so, or just could benefit from the Dramat support. If and when some of these shows actually come to fruition and are either performed in a workshop setting or in a reading setting or whatnot, we give them an additional $250 in order to actually produce those shows. And we have 12 shows or 12 projects that we're sponsoring for this semester through that program. So that was another new thing that Dramat is doing that's really exciting. And then kind of harkening back to more of our traditional show type stuff, we also have one of our fall X's. So as I said before, we typically have two. This year we only have one, and it's happening via Zoom. And what the Dramat is kind of doing for that is just making sure, well, first and foremost, we wanted to support the artists that we had already promised to support, just in a different capacity. So we are making sure they have the resources in order to put up as professional of a production as they would like to over Zoom.
So what we're doing is, as a conductor, I will record myself conducting along to a MIDI file of the music that we have arranged. And we're able to do that because everything Dpops does is student arranged. So we have all the scores, we have all the MIDI files, we have all of the tools that we need to make that happen. And I think that's one of the things that has put Dpops in such a unique position of being able to do this compared to many of the other orchestras. And so I will conduct along, I will make a video of myself, and then we'll send a video to the orchestra with the conducting and with the music. We also have another assistant conductor, Michael Gans, who does the same thing. And then the orchestra members will put headphones on and they'll practice along to the conducting. And then eventually they will record themselves in time with the conducting, and we will compile all of those things and make one video, and we mix all the audio tracks and just try to get as close of an approximation as a whole orchestral piece. And we also have a subset of social groupings, subset of social activities, which are Depop's families, in which more veteran members of the orchestra will be paired with younger or first year Depop's members, and it's a good way to get to know some other members of the orchestra. It's a good way to get to know people in different parts of the orchestra that aren't in your section, and those Depop's families will do things like going to, in a normal semester, going to brunches together or going to game nights, and now those brunches and game nights and things are all happening virtually.